Hi, thank you for clicking on the video, and I hope everyone is doing really well. Almost exactly 1 year ago, I was diagnosed with hypothyroidism, which means that my thyroid was not producing enough, or it wasn't producing at all, the hormone that helps with digestion and growth. Most people have to take medication. They have to take a condensed synthetic form of the hormone that the thyroid would naturally occur if it was working properly. While I try very hard to avoid taking medication of any kind as much as possible, when it came to taking the thyroid medication, I chose to do it. It was a really hard decision to kind of go against my natural instincts of I can do this naturally, I can fix this on my own. I chose to take the medication because I knew this would be one less thing I had to worry about. I have a lot going on in my personal life, and I know that with trying to recover from an eating disorder, a lot of my focus and energy has to go towards that healing and that getting better aspect of my life. So if I have to take a medication, if I have to cave and give into or put aside my pride and take a medication so that I can heal another part of my body, then I can focus more on the recovery of from my eating disorder. So I chose to take the medication, and I am still taking the medication. It's been 1 year, and I wanted to kind of talk about what has happened with me taking the medication and just having hypothyroidism and how it kind of impacted my life. Before I chose to take the medication, I of course did my research into natural ways of healing, diet changes that you can make to help heal the thyroid, make it stronger, make it work again. And I reached out to people who have done it naturally to kind of see their perspective and what they think about it. And again, I came to the conclusion that it would be better off for me in my current circumstance to take the medication. But that does not mean I did not apply what I learned through my research. So I have made some dietary changes that are beneficial to people with thyroid problems in addition to taking the medication. It never hurts to do both, to be natural and to be medicated. My logic behind still implementing the natural techniques of healing the thyroid is that one day, and hopefully that day will be soon, I can be taken off the medication and I can rely solely on the natural ways of healing. But it's a matter of making it habit now so that it is habit later. It did take a few months for my body to adjust to this new medication, to this new hormone that it hasn't experienced in a really long time. But as my body grew accustomed to the medication, I found that my digestion and my passing of waste has improved exponentially. Fingers crossed, knock on wood. Hopefully I didn't just jinx it and tomorrow it's going to be horrible. But for the most part, it has really, really improved. I have found that when I eat certain things that I know are not good for a thyroid problem or just for easy digestion, of course I'm gonna have a slow in my digestion and a backup of waste. So knowing the negative side effects of eating certain things and being cruel to my body, to say the least, I have found the right foods to avoid, or the foods that I should eat in small amounts, and the foods that are good, the ones that are easy on my body. Being diagnosed with this thyroid problem has really encouraged my love of knowledge and my love of research, and it's kind of given me an excuse to learn more, which is something that I love. It's actually really interesting because once I was diagnosed, I found out how many other people who were already in my life who had the exact same problem. And it kind of gave us something to talk about and to learn about. And so when one person learns something new, they share it with us. And then if I learn something new about like something to improve or something to help with improvement, I share with them. And one thing that one of these people told me about is supplementing. Now, I know that taking a multivitamin or a vitamin of any kind, it's really good, especially for someone like me who's a vegan. And then also I have this thyroid problem, and there are certain minerals and vitamins that are very important for someone to take when they're also taking this medication, because they kind of help each other. So I started taking a multivitamin. It's actually a prenatal multivitamin, obviously gluten-free, soy-free, vegan, all that good stuff. And it's by the brand Garden of Life, and it's the My Kind organic variety. So the medication helped with improving my digestion. I feel like the multivitamin also has helped with my digestion and just other things too, which is actually a joke that I have going, is basically that I am going through puberty in my 20s, which might sound a little weird, but it's kind of true, because I probably ruined my thyroid in my teens when I was supposed to go through puberty, which of course I did go through puberty. I'm not saying that I'm suddenly going through puberty now, but I did back then. But now I am having side effects of puberty, such as growth, and like, not to get too graphic, but I still look flat, but I am wearing a sports bra right now, but I have more there than I did in the past, and I've noticed that my hair is healthier, my skin is healthier, my nails are healthier, my nails are stronger. So it's all just a combination, because the thyroid, the hormones in the thyroid, there are two hormones that the thyroid releases, and these two hormones help with digestion and growth, as I said before. And these hormones are carried by proteins, and they obviously go into the gut, into the stomach. They help with digestion, they aid there, which then they produce the ability for things to grow, such as your hair, skin cells, all actually just healing properties, like the cells of your internal organs, to heal, to grow, to be strong, that kind of thing. Seeing as I really ruined my body in my teens, the time in my life where I'm supposed to be growing, where my body's changing, all of those things, it kind of slowed down around that time. I'm not really sure what's happening, but it's almost as if I joke about it, like I said, as if I'm going through puberty in my 20s, and it's weird, because I have these symptoms of puberty without the after effect of it, except for my boobs have grown a little bit. Also, I've been trying to build muscle, and I found before, like 2 years ago when I started really seriously working out, I was just staying really like scrawny and nothing was working, and I would lift so often, and I would lift really heavy, and I would try, and nothing was working. And now I see progress since within the past year from taking the medication and from taking the multivitamin, because I feel like things are now balancing out. Obviously, a thyroid issue doesn't have to be that serious. If you tackle it when it's first diagnosed, and you make the changes that you need to make, dietary, vitamin-wise, if you make the proper changes and you just sort of let your body heal and you just take the steps, then it doesn't have to be a big issue. Of course, if you ignore it, that's where you have to have surgery, and a lot of people have their thyroid removed, and then they are medicated for the rest of their life. I am lucky. It was caught early. It was caught at a point where I don't have to take a huge dosage of the medication. I'm actually on the smallest dosage possible, which means that I have a higher chance of getting off the medication sooner. The whole point is that it doesn't have to be the end of the world, and you can use this, if you are diagnosed with a thyroid problem, you can use it as a learning experience and a very educational experience. Well, at least for me, I had to learn everything I could about this, because it's happening inside me. I can't see it, but I'm experiencing it. I'm having, obviously the symptoms of it. So I need to learn, how do I tackle it? And that's very serious to me. That's the serious part of it. Having the problem is not the serious part. learning how to fix the problem. That should be the serious part. At the end of the day, I kind of forget that I have a thyroid problem. It only dawned on me recently when I realized that it's been a year that I've been taking this medication. And I mean, you really just kind of forget about it. It becomes habit. I can still enjoy things. I can eat pretty much whatever I want. I just have to be a little bit more cautious, which I had to be anyway because I have so many allergies. So it really didn't change a whole lot. My outward didn't really change, like my life didn't really change. It was more of just making little changes to help my body on the inside. That is my 1-year thyroid update. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. Please give it a like. Again, thank you for clicking on the video, watching it. For more videos about diets and nutrition and eating disorders and all that good stuff, please subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!